Everyone, real quick, bring the energy. Soul family, let's go. Big hey. 3, 2, 1.
Hey.
There we go. What's poppin'? What's poppin'? Nice to meet and see you all. As you know, I am a content creator, business owner on different platforms, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and I'm so excited to be working with all of you today and teaching you some of these skills that are going to really help you manifest, but also not just manifest, but also change your mindset, grow, take yourself to the next level. Who's interested in that? Just go ahead and type a yes in the chat for me. Who's interested in changing your mindset? Who's interested in manifestation? Who's interested in that type of stuff? Because that's what we're going to be talking about today, primarily. And I'm really excited to be doing this with you a lot because it's a vibe. Okay, so let's get to it. No more wasting time. Boop, 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 boop. Can everyone see my screen? Can everyone see my screen? Lit. Awesome. Go ahead and type your zodiac sign, your sun sign in the chat for me. I'm a progressed Aries sun. My name is Sunny motherfucking Money. My real name is John Lewis Williams. Pleasure to meet all of you. It's been an amazing journey this last year. This is actually my year anniversary of like really being serious about TikTok. I've been on the platform for about 2.5 years. When I first got on the platform, I was homeless and I just used my extra time to start making videos. And because I was just constantly sharing, eventually I was able to build and grow, to 2,000 followers. And then last year during the Uranus-Saturn conjunction, I made a video. Some of you might have seen it. All I said was, stop thinking so much about your big three. It's really not that serious. You should be focused on your midheaven, your Chiron, and your North Node. Who has a notebook out right now? Because I just said midheaven, North Node, Chiron. Which one of you is taking notes? Because if you didn't catch that, you just missed out, okay? Midheaven, Chiron, North Node. That video, I woke up the next morning and I had 14,000 followers off that one video. I had a whole bunch of astrologers attacking me, saying the big three is the most important thing in the world. I had people from all over saying, yo, I've needed this. I've needed this for so long. No astrologers ever brought this up. So I am a humanistic astrologer. So I know some of you have seen other astrologers or TikTok accounts that, do astrology. I am not a traditional astrologer by any means, which is probably why you follow me, probably why you see me, probably why you signed up for this class. I'm a humanistic astrologer, which means I focus on the psychology and the actual things that play out in life with astrology. I do specialize in predictions, in synastry. I also do business astrology, which just is, calculating with the zodiacs, which season you should be doing what. And this is what allows me to go viral more often. I developed this system and this theory myself last year when my views were low. I went to school for business. I went to school for marketing, and this was a great environment for me to not only learn how to be spiritual, but also how to align that with the world that we live in. So how many of you are interested in using astrology for business or using astrology for life or using astrology to actually apply it to your manifestations? Go ahead and type 111 in the chat for me. That lets me know that that's something you're interested in, because that's what I do. And that's probably why you're here, okay? I've worked with several celebrities. I've worked with several politicians. I've worked with business owners. It's confidential, so I can't tell you everyone who I've worked with, but I can definitely share some stories later. Another thing about me real quick, just so I can get myself out of the way and remove the ego, is I am a first generation West African. I'm barely American. My mother came here and she was evacuated from a war. And the real story behind us is when we got here, she wasn't super great at English. So when I was like 5, 6 years old, this really started to affect me because we came from West Africa. Her English isn't super great, and I need to do homework, and I need to do speaking. How many of you went to elementary school? I know not every single person did, but I know a lot of you did. Anyone else go to elementary school? I went to elementary school and I struggled with talking for a long time. And the remedy that my mom came up with, my mom's a genius, by the way. She's a Sagittarius sun with a Libra stellium, which is awesome because she's a Sag sun, I'm a Sag moon. My mom is my moon, literally. She had me reading the newspaper. And who can guess in the chat, who can guess what part of the newspaper she had me reading? The zodiacs. She had me reading the zodiacs to her when I was 5, 6, 7, 8. Anytime we'd go anywhere, she'd grab a newspaper, give me a quarter. I'd read her horoscope to her, and then I'd read the comics. And then I realized that my birthday was halfway across over and it said Pisces. And I didn't know what that meant, but I would read it every single time that she asked me to read it. And I would read it out loud. So this is where everything started. Everyone go ahead and say, Sonny started this when he was 5. I've been doing this since I was 5, okay? And I didn't even know it would play out this way, okay? It just kind of happened, and I'm really grateful. And starting this at 5 years old was, crazy. No one typed it. Everyone typed, Sonny started this when he was 5. Sonny started this when he was 5, okay? I started this when I was 5 years old. When I was 11 years old, I had a brother whose name is Matthew. Matthew was premature. His lungs and his heart were underdeveloped. He was in an incubator for the 3 months that he was alive. When he died from heart failure and lung failure, I didn't necessarily have a way to cope. So I went into the computer room, and while I was sitting there crying, I was just looking up what a Gemini meant because I was hoping to connect and understand him a little bit better, because I didn't get to ever play with him or really even touch him because he was so protected in that case. And I accidentally found a website called Cafe Astrology. Who here has heard of Cafe Astrology? Has anyone used it? Have you seen it before? Yeah, so I found that when I was 11. I'm currently 29. So this was hella years ago. This is 18 years ago. And yeah, I saw a natal chart. I typed in his information and nothing made sense. Okay. And I was so confused. I just kept going back to the website every year because I was still grieving and coping because that was my firstborn brother. But my first time finding a chart was when I was 11. Everyone type 11 in the chat for me. Type in 11 in the chat for me if you caught this story. This is how I got into astrology. So it's been in my practical life, my physical life, since I was 5. And every year I'd go back and really try to learn and understand what it meant. And then eventually when I finished geometry, everyone type geometry in the chat for me. Finally, when I finished geometry, my junior year of high school, I was able to be like, oh, a trine means a triangle. I didn't know that, okay? So it was really helpful. And I just want to tell you all, the reason why I bring up the geometry, my brother, my mom, everything, is because I want you to know that astrology is something that takes time and it takes effort. And the more you put in to knowing yourself, the better, because once you know yourself, guess what? You know your enemy. Everyone type know yourself in the chat for me, okay? This is huge because knowing yourself helps you know your enemy. Who's your enemy? You. It's you. It's always going to be you. All right. Knowing yourself is always going to help you understand how to take yourself to the next level. So, speeding up, to connect the whole story, in college, I would ask people, yo, what's your zodiac sign? Like when I was playing beer pong, because I didn't really retain names super well, but I could tell like, oh, this person's a Taurus, you know, later on in the night, if I have a snack, I'm going to share it with them, you know, oh, this person's a Capricorn. They're really standoffish, but like once they like trust you, they're going to be like really, really, really loyal, you know, things like this. And I started to understand astrology on a human level really in college when I was asking people for their signs and getting to know people. And this was really helpful because when I started doing corporate stuff, I worked for Best Buy Corporate, I've worked for Apple, I've worked for Hewlett Packard, I've sold everything under the sun. Basically, I've sold floors, I've sold cars, I've sold buildings, I've sold I've sold a lot of different things. But guess what? I always sold things that people wanted, okay? How many of you wanted to be in this class, okay? How many of you wanted to be in this class? Just say yes or no. Because if you're watching this, the likelihood that you wanted this class is high. How did I figure out that you wanted this? Because I asked you. I asked my audience straight up, what do you want? And then I make it. I make stuff for people and I give it to them. Okay, I think that's so important if you're a business owner. The biggest mistake I used to make as a business owner was thinking that I should make something and then give it to people. That's so backwards. If you're gonna make food for someone and you're a restaurant, boom, guess what? You should probably ask them what they like, make that recipe, and then make sure that other people like that recipe. Go ahead and type 888 in the chat if that's making sense to you. Go ahead and type 444 in the chat if you are a business owner and you're looking to figure out what your product is, you're looking to figure out what to sell or how to sell it. If you're struggling to, you know, make those kinds of things, let me connect this full circle. Astrology is the tool because you get to understand who do you get to understand when you know astrology? Someone take a wild guess for me. Who do you get to know when you study astrology? Yourself. Exactly. So good. Liz, Yasmin, Erica, Emily, Alyssa, perfect answer. All right, so without further ado, that's my story. If you have any questions about me later on, go ahead and ask. We'll have time at the end. So today we're going to be talking about manifesting, healing, and how to make $10,000 a month with the Virgo new moon. My name's Sunny Motherfucking Money. Let's get into it. So the agenda for today is we're going to go over astrology. We're going to talk about the new moon in Virgo. I'm going to teach you how to manifest using Virgo. We're talking about healing with Chiron. Chiron, who knows their Chiron? Who knows what Chiron is? Next, after that, we're going to talk about following through with manifestations. Okay, I've been able to manifest a lot of things. How many of you knew just 2 years ago, barely, I was homeless? Just like barely, it was literally almost just last year I was homeless. And now I'm sitting here, and this is not to brag, this is just to tell you, if you try what I'm telling you and you're consistent with what I'm sharing with you, I truly believe there's a percentage of you that can achieve similar results or better. Okay, I'm sitting in Dubai talking to you. I heard about this city and I thought it was a fantasy, and now I'm here and it's incredible. And I would love to have multiple people that I know here with me, but I'm alone and I don't like that. I would love, who would like to be here with me? Because that's what I want. Okay, that's my vibe. Which one of you would like to be here with me? The city's not that expensive, I found out. Things are actually less than America, which is insane. I realized when I got here, there's a lot of people that came from second and third world countries. And I'm on my Mercury line, by the way. There's a lot of people that came from second and third world countries that they feel it's expensive because it's similar to America, but it's not even that expensive. Okay, you can get way better places here. You can get way better things here. Okay, this is super cool and super important. All right. Stella just asked, how long have we been since you started? You're late. That's how long. You're late. So first things first, or excuse me, last pieces, we're going to do the Q&A at the very end. So let's dive into it. So the first thing I need you all to do right now is pull up your chart. Go to astro.com and pull up your chart. This is a free website to pull up your chart. Who has their chart up already? Who has their chart right now? Perfect. Pull up your chart now because we're diving into it. Okay, I just gave you the agenda. Let's dive into it. So you need to put in your date of birth, your time of birth, your location of birth. Okay, I'm going to give you a second to do that. Literally 1 second. Okay, this is so important. This is a really great website. Now, I need you all to figure out, where do you have Virgo? This is going to be important throughout the presentation. Everyone has Virgo. If you ever are in my comment section and you see someone talking crazy, you see someone like, yo, I don't have Virgo in my chart, just gently remind them, yo, you've got all 12 zodiacs. Everyone has Virgo, okay? It's always going to land in a spot, okay? In Yasmin, who helped me create this presentation today, she's a team member, really great. She's a Taurus. Obviously, you can see her chart, but she has Virgo in the 10th house. Okay, this was one of the main reasons why I hired her. She has Virgo in the 10th house. 10th house Virgo is a great placement, all right? Super great placement of Virgo. Now notice she doesn't have any Virgo planets, okay? Why is that so important? Because you don't need planets to manifest with the Virgo house, okay? You don't need planets to manifest with the house. It's actually, the more planets you add, the more ingredients you have, and this just makes it a little bit more complex, okay? So how do we manifest with Virgo? Well, first of all, I want to talk to you about, does everyone have their chart up? Let me know. Does everyone have their chart up? Because if you don't, you're wrong. You're wrong and you're wrong. If you're sitting in your car driving, you need to, first of all, pull over and you need to drop everything, go sit down in the grass and pull up your chart. Take off your shoes, take off your socks, put those piggies in the dirt, and let's do this, okay? Doesn't matter if it's whole sign or Placidus. Alex, yes, I need you to use whole sign, because if you don't know how to use Placidus, there's no reason for you to be trying it, because then you're gonna get confused. I want everything to look smooth and even for you. I recommend doing whole signs. It's in the settings for you. If you're using an app, if you're using something else, definitely whole signs is it, all right? Definitely use whole signs. If you are not able to read your chart without hesitation, you should not be using Placidus right away. That is my professional opinion based on my own experience, okay? So this is the chart that I need y'all to keep, okay? This is something that I need you to have down and keep, all right? This is a cheat sheet for understanding how to read your chart. This chart, I designed it last year for my students because they kept telling me, oh, I don't know what Mars in Aquarius means in the 8th house. And I was like, well, first of all, we can definitely search this online. We can search this on TikTok. We can search this on any platform. But you know what? I understand you're asking me because you trust me, so I want to deliver. All right. Everyone say deliver in the chat for me so that we can start using this chart. I think it's going to be very effective for us here. Deliver. Perfect. So first of all, we're going to go through the fire signs. Who knows what the fire signs are? Each of the fire signs in the chart. By the way, if I ever ask you a question in this presentation or in any of my classes, I promise you the answer is already on the screen. That's the kind of teacher I am. I promise you, if I ask you a question, the answer is more than likely on the screen, okay? I don't ask questions that I don't give you the answers to. Is that super clear? Everyone type 222 for me real quick so I know you're paying attention. Amazing. Y'all are so fire. All right. Fire signs are Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. All right. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. I'm an Aries rising, Sag moon. Where are my fire signs at? Gang, gang. We're in the building. It's Virgo season. We're going to tear it up. We're going to tear it up. We're going to tear it right up. All right. This is fire. Sag moons. Yo, there's like 17 of us. Let's go. All right, bet. Leo moons, y'all need too much attention, but that's another topic. Anyways, fire signs. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Aries is the first zodiac in the wheel. Okay, this is important. Aries is the first zodiac. That's why I have this number 1 here for you. I'll go more in depth into the numbers soon. But what I want you to do is at the top of your paper, make a column here that says fire, air, earth, water. Now, under the fire section, I want you to write Aries because Aries is the first fire sign. In fact, guess what? It's the cardinal sign. So does anyone know what fire signs do? How fire signs work? What do fire signs do? How do fire signs work? Don't guess. The answer's on the screen. The answer's on the screen. The answer's on the screen. Don't guess. What do fire signs do, folks? Right here. Stella said passionate. I didn't say that. It's not even on the screen, Stella. You're not paying attention. What do fire signs do? What do fire signs do, folks? They inspire and encourage, okay? They encourage and inspire. That's what fire does. That's what leads to things like passion. That's what leads to things like, Aries getting blamed for, being very loud or yelling. Leo's being very attention seeking. Sagittarius is being very blunt. It's because they inspire and encourage others in their own unique way. All right. Go ahead and type 159 if you caught that. Type 159 if you caught that. Perfect. So Aries, everyone write down Aries, Leo, Sag in here. And then under it, I want you to write inspire and encourage. What does that mean? Fire signs inspire and encourage. So if you have a planet, a placement, a house that has Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, that is where you are meant to inspire and encourage yourself and other people. Does everyone understand that? Does anyone have any questions? Type them in the chat. My eyes are peeled looking at the chat to make sure that you don't miss a single step, okay? And if I do miss something, let's support each other in the chat. Anyone confused about that? Good. So Aries rules and is ruled by the planet Mars. Leo is ruled by the sun. Sagittarius is ruled by what planet? What planet rules Sagittarius, folks? Don't fail me. Please, don't fail me. Lorelei says Jupiter. Is your name Aorta or what is your name? I just saw a name that looked like Aorta. Did your parents name you Heart? That's crazy. That's crazy. I love that. That's so cool. Okay, continuing on. That's amazing. I've never met someone. I'm gonna name my first child Liver. Anyways, so now that we have the fire signs down, let's go on to the air signs. Who are the air signs? What are the 3 air signs, folks? What are the 3 air signs? Boom, boom, boom. Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. Exactly. Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. Why is Libra, Aquarius, Gemini air signs? Because they like to what? What do Libras, Aquariuses, and Geminis like to do, folks? What do they like to do? Talk. You're close, Liz. You're really close. Listen and communicate. Yeah. Listen and communicate. How many of you have a Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini friend and y'all talk? Y'all communicate, y'all listen to each other? Yes or no? Anyone have a air sign friend? Cool. So this is why air in astrology, fire in astrology are very important elements, okay? These are the different elements. If you didn't know, these are the different elements. When I'm doing astrology and someone tells me, oh, Sunny, yo, I have my sun in Gemini. Guess what I'm thinking? What I'm instantly thinking to myself is, oh, okay, cool. So you mean that you inspire and encourage people by listening and communicating? I just add them up. I just add them up. Everyone type in the chat, add them up. You just add the 2 meanings together. If someone has their sun in Libra, it's the same thing, except look now, sun in Libra. Who's a Libra sun? If your sun is in Libra, it means you inspire and encourage people to listen and communicate by leading, because it's a cardinal sign. Y'all seeing how this thing works? This is cool as fuck. All right, this is cool as fuck. You just add up the meanings. So if you have, a Mercury in Aries, it means that you listen and communicate by inspiring and encouraging others to start things. Crazy. That's so easy, right? Go ahead and type easy in the chat if it's easy. I want to make astrology so easy for you, because once that is done, I can make sure that you understand asteroids. I can make sure you understand astrocartography. I can make sure you can get someone to obsess over you. I can make sure that you understand how to do planetary magic. There's so many things that I don't talk about on TikTok because I need y'all to be on the same page with me. All right. Everyone type, keep going, Sunny. We're going to go through the rest with the earth and water signs, and we're going to talk about the modalities here. Type keep going if you want me to keep going. If this is making sense, say keep going, keep going. Cool. So earth signs are the Capricorns, Tauruses, and the Virgos. What do they do? What do the earth signs do best? Because right now we are in Virgo season. Habibi, we are in Virgo season. What is this season for? Manifesting and being practical. Who remembers what manifesting is? I told you at the beginning of the presentation. Who can tell me in 1 sentence what manifesting is? What is manifesting? Not all at once, folks. What is manifesting? Making desires reality. Alex, 10 points to Gryffindor. On God. That's exactly the right answer. When you turn your thoughts, your desires, anything you want in your head into a reality, that's it. Simple. Okay. And there's so many. You're Slytherin, 10 points to Slytherin. On God. Minus 10 points from Gryffindor. Minus 20 points from Gryffindor. No one from Gryffindor said anything. Y'all weird. That's weird behavior. All right. Gryffindor people, you're down 10. It's really sad, bro. Let's keep it pushing. Manifesting and being practical. So why are Virgos so annoying? Because they are practical. they are going to remind you that you're maybe not being practical. And that's triggering, especially if you're not being practical. Crazy, right? Maybe they're not annoying. Maybe you just need to get your life together. Maybe that's what Virgos help us with, right? Lorelei, would that be true? Lorelei said, that's my bad, folks. LOL. How many of you have earth sign placements? Because if you do, you are a master manifester. You manifest by being practical and you know what you want pretty quickly. Okay, folks, that's really cool. So let's go look at the water signs. Everyone says, oh my God, water signs are so sensitive. They're so manipulative. I'm not going to disagree, but I'm also not going to agree because that's not cool. What do water signs do, folks? What do water signs do? What are they good at? What are they about? What is it? What are they about? They express their intuition. They express their intuition. That's it. This is why water signs are so creative. They're so intuitive. They're so, you know, they communicate these things. This is really beautiful, all right? So water signs, stand up. Who knows my sun sign? I'm an Aries rising, Sag moon. Who knows my sun sign? Yeah, I'm a Pisces, man. I'm non-binary, so I can go, you can just call me a Pisces. I'm cool with just that. You don't have to call me a Pisces, man. That's too much weight. Too much weight. Water signs are Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Okay. Now, what I want you to look at in this chart, did you notice that I've inserted the planets in here for you as well? The planets in here are actually going to help you understand the planets too. Okay. So Aries is a cardinal sign. Libra is a cardinal sign. Capricorn is a cardinal sign. Cancer is a cardinal sign. What does cardinal mean? What do cardinal signs do, folks? What do cardinal signs do? They lead and they start. Exactly. They lead and they start. Aries usually doesn't think, you know, they don't really think about that stuff. You know, they just kind of go. Libras, they usually think, but what are they actually doing? Libras aren't actually that indecisive. What they like to do before they take action or start or lead anything is they want to get people's perceptions. They want to listen and communicate. Okay. Type 222 if this is understanding and making sense to you. All right. Earth signs. What do they like to do? Capricorn, cardinal sign. What do they like to do? They like to lead and start. This is why Capricorns are typically, they work a lot. They get a lot of stuff done and they care a lot about their family. They care a lot about things like, you know, helping their friends. Okay. Capricornus. Stella says, as a Libra rising, it's true. I balance shit by listening first. Perfect. You get it. Okay. Now, Cancers lead and start things. Cancers a little bit tricky because what do? They need to use their intuition before they can start something. So with Cancers, what you're going to see often is they might seem like they're not taking action, but they're really feeling things. They're, you know, picking up and receiving information. They're using their intuition, and then boom, they express themselves, and then you know exactly what's going on with the Cancer. How many of you have Aries, Libra, Capricorn, or Cancer placements? I personally have something called a Grand Cross. It means that I have all 4 in my chart, and it makes this big diamond in my chart. It's extremely stressful, but it's also what makes me very productive, and it helps me be very good at starting things. That's it. That's all. I'm very good at starting things. I rely on other people to finish them for me or with me. Okay, cool. Now let's go through the fixed signs. We just had Leo season. What planet rules Leo? What planet rules Leo? I just want to check in with you, make sure you're looking at the screen. The sun, yeah. So Aquarius, what planet rules Aquarius? Saturn, on God. What planet rules Taurus? Folks, Venus, exactly. What planet rules Scorpio? Mars. Myra, you're hilarious. You're like Ravenclaw, Ravenclaw, Ravenclaw. So what do the fixed signs do? Leo, Aquarius, Taurus, Scorpio. Y'all just got released from your shackles, by the way, by the Mars and Taurus transit. Y'all are no longer bound up anymore. What do fixed signs do? They follow through and they're consistent. Now, some of you, I believe some of you struggle with following through and being consistent, right? I want to tell you right now, not to brag, but I follow through and I'm consistent, okay? Guess how many fixed signs I have in my chart? 1. Alex was right. I have 1, okay? I rely on my Saturn in Aquarius so much. How do I use my Saturn in Aquarius, folks? How does Sunny use his Saturn in Aquarius? Take a guess. I promise you it's on the screen. Take a wild guess. I promise you it's on the screen. I listen and communicate. How many of you seen my videos where I tell you, tell me something in the comment section, or I give you hella information in a video? How many times have you seen me do that? Some of you have been following me for years, so I know you've seen me, all right? Saturn is karma and it's air and Aquarius, genius karma. Stella, you get it, all right? If you have Aquarius in your chart, if you have Taurus, Scorpio, or Leo, this is how and where you should be consistent in your life, okay? Now let's manage this mutable signs, and then we're gonna go to the next slide. All right, Sagittarius is ruled by what planet? Jupiter. Gemini is ruled by what planet? Mercury. Virgo is ruled by what planet? Mercury. Pisces is ruled by what planet? Jupiter. Sagittarius and Pisces, besties. Gemini and Virgos, besties. They help each other because they're ruled by the same planet, which makes them very in alignment with each other. What do mutable signs do, folks? What do mutable signs do? They adapt and they change. Can someone give me an example of what they adapt and they change to? Anyone? Anything. Exactly. That's exactly the answer. Perfect answer. All right. Y'all are great. All right. Does anyone need this chart still? Did you write this down? Can you see how this is helpful? Okay, Yasmin, every single person is waiting on you. So if you could please tighten it up. But in the meantime, while you're writing it down, I have a question for you. Someone tell me, okay, so yesterday we had Uranus go retrograde in Taurus. What does Uranus in Taurus mean? Based on what we just talked about, all right? Uranus is in the zodiac sign Taurus. What does that mean, fam? Who's got me? Who's got me? Uranus. Where's Uranus? Who can find Uranus? Where is it? It's on the screen. Online. Saturn is supposed to be here and Uranus is supposed to be here. My bad. Everyone's like, wait, what? Uranus is actually supposed to be right here too. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. I should have double checked that. This is the retrograde kicking in. I was like, yeah, I was like, what? Uranus is supposed to be here with a Saturn as well. All right. So now that we know that, Uranus, what does Uranus in Taurus mean? Stella says air and food. Is everyone on a diet? That is literally not on the screen, babe. That is not even, there's none of those words are on the screen, by the way. Okay. Uranus in Aquarius would mean we need to listen and communicate. Yep, there we go. By manifesting and being intuitive. Exactly. How did we figure that out? Uranus would be here, which means listen and communicate. Taurus, which is a Venusian element, means manifesting, being practical. Now, the other piece that we missed here is follow through and be consistent. So I'm gonna, real quick, give me 1 second. I'm gonna make some quick changes. All right, and we're back. Whee! All right, so Aquarius is ruled by Uranus and Saturn. Emily, that's where it is. Can you see it better? Can y'all see it? I also updated Pisces to say Neptune, okay, folks? Hopefully that didn't take too long. If you're watching this in the replay, everyone makes mistakes. This is exactly how you fix them. You just fix them right on the spot, okay? Never think about it, just fix it. So, would you like the Pluto and Scorpio too? All right, that's the last one, and then we're gonna keep it pushing, folks. Y'all are funny. I love you though. But you're absolutely correct. And Capricorn does also, or excuse me, Uranus does also rule Capricorn. Correct. Can you see what I see? A star, a star. Aquarius is ruled by Uranus with the Saturn, and Capricorn is too. Scorpio's ruled by Mars and Pluto. Ready? Danielle's like, my Virgo moon's analyzing everything. I love that. Y'all love the vocals. Just wait until the next album. I don't know if y'all knew this. I dropped an album a few months ago. It was bussin', hit 25K streams in the first week. I didn't even promote it. I'm so excited to drop more music for y'all. Where can you watch the replay? I will tell you at the end of the presentation. All right. So, quick additions. Scorpio is ruled by Mars and Pluto. Pisces is ruled by Neptune and Jupiter. Aquarius is ruled by Uranus and Saturn. Capricorn is ruled by Uranus and Saturn as well. So let's ask the question again. What does Uranus and Taurus going retrograde? What's the first thing that we need to pay attention to? Boom. Listening and communicating on how to manifest more practically. All right. Stephanie's like, I'm debating on whether to stay and watch or put the kids on the bus. I have no comment. Maybe you should put the kids in front of the screen. They can learn astrology too. But that's not personal advice. That's not advice. Overview of Virgo. So can someone tell me what Virgo means? What does Virgo mean? What does Virgo represent? Your Aries child is loving watching this. I make this for children, literally. I want kids to be able to learn astrology. That's like literally one of my biggest goals, is to teach children how to read their charts, because then boom, they understand themselves at like 5. I wish I knew how to read my chart when I was 11. That would have been a game changer. That would have been a massive game changer. Virgo relates to purity. Cool. So what I'm going to say is, in astrology, Virgo is represented by the goddess of wheat and agriculture. So this is why y'all have terrible stomachs. No, I'm just kidding. This is why y'all need to be very concerned about the food that you're eating. It's the food that you're eating that brings about things like IBS It brings about things like stress. It brings about things like, just things that you don't necessarily need. Amelia says, ouch. Do you have Virgo in you? Virgo's personality is a mix of intelligence, attention to detail, and commitment. Okay. This energy is about focusing on being critical of yourself and your mental health. Critical of yourself and mental health. If you're a Virgo and you're critical of yourself and your mental health, but you don't do anything about it, guess what? You're going to get depressed. You're going to have anxiety. You're going to overthink. You're going to underdo. You're going to feel like nothing's going right, when in actuality, all you got to do is eat the food that you're actually supposed to be eating. No, I'm just kidding, but I'm so serious at the same time. You need to focus on how you can intelligently use your attention to detail and commit to things that make sense to you. Okay? Make sense to you. Be critical of yourself and your mental health so that you can be a better person, not so you can judge others. Judging others, anytime if you're a Virgo placement, which luckily I have 0 Virgo placements, that's not a diss. I'm just saying I don't want that energy. Anytime you judge someone, who are you really judging, folks? Anytime you judge someone, who are you really judging? Anytime you're critical of someone else, who are you really critical of? Yourself. Exactly. So pay them no mind. Just know that Virgos probably love you and they're just trying to figure out how to say something important. What planet is Virgo ruled by, everybody? Ooh. Mercury. Correct. What element is Virgo? What does Earth mean, folks? What does Earth mean in astrology? Grounding. Amelia, you're immediately not saying what we talked about earlier. Manifesting practically. Correct. 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 What modality is Virgo? Alex, good job. 10 points to Slytherin. Karina, good job. Lorelai, good job. What does mutable mean? Adaptable to change. Liz, perfect. So this is why Virgos are called the critic, is because they are manifestors, they're productive, and they're adaptable to change. People who can do that are critical of their environment, of themselves. They seek to improve constantly, okay? I would almost say you could call Virgo the improver. Usually people who come into or have Virgos in their life improves. Isn't that cool? How many of you have learned something today so far? Go ahead and just type Sunny, I've learned something today, because we're just getting started. How many of you have learned something today based on everything, all right? Perfect. That's amazing. All right, so new moon in Virgo. We've got a new moon in Virgo on Saturday, August 27th at 4:17 a.m. EDT. That's Eastern Standard Time in America. America. Okay, I don't know. I don't live everywhere yet. So I don't necessarily have a time for you where you are, but if you can search up what time that is for you, that will be great. Okay. Saturday, August 27th, there's a new moon in Virgo. Now, let's go back a few slides and talk about something. There's a moon in Virgo. What does that mean? When we're using this chart that I've created, which honestly, I need help naming this. If someone could help me name this chart, we're in business, baby. Someone help me name this chart, because this chart is life-changing. I have this chart in my head and I had to pull it out so that people could use it. Because when someone tells me their placement and they're like, yo, fam, the new moon in Virgo, What's happening? I'm like, family, it's time to express your intuition, because why? The moon means expressing your intuition. It means leading and starting. Okay. So new moon Virgo. All right. Boom. Expressing intuition through manifesting practically. Planet placements sheet. Someone said cheat sheet. Someone said astro cheat sheet. These are decent. I think we can do better. I think we can do better on the name for this. But yeah, that's exactly what it means. It's time to express your intuition on how you manifest practically, folks. Astro keys, elements of astro, Sunny's astro cheat sheet. Lorelei, take a list, please, if you can, or someone, if you could take a list, or I'll go through the chat later too. Ella planet chart. The key to you. Liz, stop playing. You're fire. What? Liz, blessings, blessings. That's fire. That's fire. She said, period. That's the one. The key to you. What? Hold on. End of sentence. Yo. Folks, that's crazy. Okay. That's crazy. Oops, 1 second. We're doing this right here. Yo, that's crazy. All right. So, expressing your intuition around manifesting practically. Everyone type that in the chat. Liz, you're amazing. Please email me after this. I have something for you. I have something for you. On Saturday, August 27th at 4:17 a.m., which a lot of you are going to be sleeping, 30 minutes before and 30 minutes after, we are being gifted with a new moon. And a new moon is a new beginning. A new moon is a new start. A new moon is the perfect time to start manifesting. I've been using new moon magic for the last year. It helped me get to 600,000 followers. It helped me increase my income. It helped me travel the world. It helps me consistently attract people who want to learn astrology and use it. Okay. Remember, where was I 2 years ago, folks? Where was I 2 years ago? Barely 2 years ago. Homeless. That's crazy. Okay. I was sleeping in my first mentor's office. She's been an astrologer. She was the first Jewish astrologer that's a lesbian in Minnesota. Her name's Linda Zlotnick. That was my first mentor. She's been doing this for 42 years. I was sleeping in her office cold because the main reason why I was bad is because it was so cold. Okay, what I would do is I would read her books. She had hella books in there. She's a Virgo. She's a Virgo with an Aquarius stellium. Such a good person. Can someone tell me what an Aquarius stellium would mean? If someone has an Aquarius stellium, what is that even? What's the first thing that you can look at your notes and say about someone who has that in their chart? So Aorta says, how do I find a mentor? I'm your mentor. So what does Aquarius mean? You listen and communicate and you follow through. Exactly. So she was really good at listening and communicating and following through, which is one of the reasons why I wanted to work with her from the beginning. She's also a Virgo. What does Virgo mean? What does Virgo mean? To wrap it back into each other. Someone asked, what is a stellium? A stellium is when you have 3 or more planets in the same zodiac sign. It makes it so that that is the primary piece of the chart. So if you have a sun in, for example, Virgo, and you have an Aquarius stellium, you are an Aquarius, energetically speaking. Okay, so who should be manifesting with this new moon, folks? Earth placements, mutable placements. What are the mutable placements, by the way? Who are all of the mutable placements in astrology? Pisces, Sag, Virgo, Gemini. Those who want self-awareness. Who can tell me what self-awareness is? It's self-explanatory, but what's self-awareness? Knowing yourself, exactly. Once you know yourself, who do you know? Your enemies. Exactly. Those of you who want to heal, how many of you are on the healing journey? How many of you are on the healing journey? Okay. Number 5, those who want to manifest success. How many of you would like to manifest success? All right. So let's break down manifestation, folks. Manifestation, what is it? Manifestation means to create something or to turn something from an idea into reality. An idea into reality. Okay. A thought into a physical reality. You can do this with love. You can do this with money. You can do this with your reputation. You can do this with anything. Even if right now, boom, you want to go, walk down the road and get some sunlight. All you gotta do is get up and walk down the road and get some sunlight, right? So a big misconception about manifestation is that, our thoughts do not require any physical effort. You do need to take action. And you do need to, you need to trust yourself. Okay. Manifestation doesn't work if you don't put any physical effort in. You can't sit in your bed all day and think something into existence. You'd still need to hop onto a computer, get up and, fix your bed, go exercise, go and do things. You have to take some kind of an action to make this thing happen. Does anyone know how I manifest? Because I think about stuff. I'm an overthinker. Okay. What do I do with that? I take those things that I'm thinking about and make a plan for y'all. I start thinking, okay, how do I help these people that trust me? How do I help them manifest? How do I help people? And I start making videos. I start making content. I start doing things that other people do so that I can communicate. I don't have any air signs in my chart except for that Saturn and Aquarius, remember? So that's how I use it. It's only one placement, but that's what I use personally. And I truly believe a percentage of you too can use your chart to create a business that will work. Manifestation requires discipline. That is something I really lacked for the longest time. How many of you struggle with discipline? I struggled with it for the longest time. I was able to create discipline for myself through astrology. I reminded myself often, yo, my man, if you aren't being consistent and following through for yourself, it's going to be hard for you to do it for people. All right. So I had to get really good at doing it for myself so I could help people. And even now I'm still getting better at it, but it's a process, especially if your parents didn't teach you that, if the people who raised you didn't teach you that, it's challenging. Okay. But the more you do it, the better you get. Okay. The more you do it, the better you get. Consistency, same thing. Being consistent, I post 4 to 6 times a day. All right. That's the big thing, just having one thing that you do every day, whether that's, you eat the same meal or you go for a walk every morning, or you like to stretch, every few days, you go to the gym 3 times a week, or you just like to go swimming, or you like to go into nature once a month. Consistency looks like how you make it look. It doesn't always have to be every single day, but there are certain things that you really should be doing every single day. All right. And the last thing that's most important for manifestation is you got to have an I can win mindset. You got to trust it. One of the things I really believe in is gaslighting yourself into success. If you feel like you can do something, the likelihood of you getting it done is 60 to 80% higher. Okay. If you feel like I can win, I can do this, I know I'm going to win, you're probably going to win. All right. Danielle says, this makes so much sense. Stephanie says, I'm the odd one in the family working with astrology and healing. Sounds pretty normal to me based on where we're going. Yasmin says, my problem is that I have so many ideas that I don't know where to start. Jasmine, you don't have so many ideas that you don't know where to start. You're not starting, sweetheart. You're not starting. That's the issue. It's not that you have so many ideas, it's that you're not starting. That's literally what's happening. I know this from experience. So I'm here to help you start. I'm here to encourage you to start, okay? So finding Virgo in your chart. Everyone has it, right? Everyone has it. Look for the Virgo symbol and find the house that Virgo is in your chart. For example, in this chart, Virgo is in the 10th house, and you can see that because there's a 10 here in the corner. Okay, what house do you have Virgo in? Okay. See, it's gonna be on the wheel, on the zodiac wheel. All right. And for those of you who want to learn astrology and use it to make business, I have an offer for you at the end. We're 2 weeks into my astrology for business class, and it's amazing. We've already got 6 hours clocked in and amazing classes, and that you're going to be invited to at the end of this presentation, okay? I'm so excited. Alyssa's in it. It's fire. We had a class yesterday. It's fire. If you like this, that class is super fire. Super duper fire. All right. Go ahead and drop a fire emoji if you're interested. If you're interested in learning astrology, fire emojis. Cool. So, real quick, manifesting using the house that Virgo is in. Manifesting using the house that Virgo is in. So for Jasmine's chart, because Virgo's in her 10th house in this example here, okay, it means that this new moon, what she needs to focus on is her career. And this is what you want to write down when you're doing the new moon, the spell work that I'm teaching you. You want to write down every single thing in the house. Everyone type that in the chat. Write down every single topic in the house. Don't skip any, otherwise you're completely missing the whole house. If you don't write down every single thing in the house, you're missing the whole house. Write down every single topic in the house when you're manifesting on new moons. When you're releasing on full moons, you want to write down every single thing in the house, okay? This is how I went from homeless to featured in Business Insider. This is how I went from homeless to going to Kaylani's apartment to read their chart last year. This is how I went from homeless to Janae Aiko DMing me, sending me a laughing emoji about one of the memes I made. I planned it out. It was all astrologically planned, okay? And I feel like a percentage of you can recreate this as well. So what house is Virgo in for you? What if the house has nothing to do with what I want to manifest? Beck, that is not your call. That is not your call. If there's something that you want, I promise you, the house that it's falling into is exactly what you need to be focused on. Okay? And we can talk in a second in the Q&A, but if the house that you want to be manifesting with isn't what you want to be working on, That is not the point. I can only teach you what works here, and wherever Virgo falls in your chart is going to be where you want to manifest. And if you can align, if you can get creative and align what you do want with the house, you're in a good spot. You shouldn't be asking for money or love every single manifestation. That's ridiculous. That's not logical. If you use every single new moon properly, you should be getting a really well-rounded life. You should really, every house covers a different topic in life. If you use every new moon and full moon properly, your life will literally recalibrate and be a well-rounded life. I went from homeless to a well-rounded life because I'm actively using every new moon, every opening and closing correctly. Don't keep trying to manifest and force something, okay? Using it properly is self-mastery. Shanna, exactly. What I'm teaching you is a life skill. Can this work with Placidus? Of course. But whole signs is what we want to focus on because some of you don't yet know how to read Placidus. So we're just going to keep it simple. Everyone type simple in the chat. Simple, keep it simple. So Yasmin needs to focus on career, long-term goals, structure, status, reputation, self-image, masculinity, experts, and fame. Okay, that is key. Now that you told me what house you have Virgo in, I need you to tell me too, what does that mean? It's on the screen. If you have Virgo in your 6th house, like me, this new moon, I'm focusing on my health, fitness, systems, analytical nature, pets, work habits, organization, sense of usefulness, and services. Literally, that's all I've been doing and dealing with all month. I'm so excited to go get my cat. like it's so aligned, it's like crazy. Okay, it's like literally stuff that's happening in my real life because astrology's been present in my whole real life. Okay, so what does it mean for you? Type in the chat what house. Okay, and Ayako, you're being a little lazy there. I see 8th house and a new apartment. No, that's not what I asked you to do. I want you to look at the whole sign astrology chart and tell me the topics that are in the chart. If you're on your phone, you can zoom in, okay, and look at the house. Type in Liz. No, you're being lazy. Emily, you're being lazy. I didn't say one thing. I said everything in the house. Don't be lazy because your manifestations aren't going to come through if you're lazy. You got to write down all of it. All of it. So Stella says groups, friends, social awareness, humanitarianism, tech, hopes, wishes in the future. Perfect. Aorta says 4th house, home, roots, family, self-care, emotions, foundations, mother, children, women, femininity. Perfect. Emily says self-appearance, beginnings, the body, first impressions, attitude, identity, approach to life. Perfect. Perfect. Everyone type perfect. That's exactly how you want to write it down. Y'all are killing it. Y'all are killing it. That is exactly how you do this. Okay? On the new moon. When is the new moon again, folks? Saturday, August 27th. So if you're sleeping at this time, what I recommend is writing it the day of or the day before. And if you have, for some reason, 0 time to do that, just get it done within the first 10 days of the new moon after it starts, okay? Just get it written down because it's going to help you, all right? It's going to help you become a more well-rounded person, all right? So here's some examples. If you have Virgo in the 10th house like Jasmine, here's an example. These are the desires. So it says here, 1, I will sign a contract for a new career by the end of this year. Why did she write that? Why did she write that? Alyssa says, I promise you guys, if you research and study, if you listen to everything Sunny's saying, it's going to take you places. I have a video going viral currently. Literally. I'm here to help. I want to see y'all win. The more you win, the more I win because you're on my team. You get it? Like you're literally on my team. So the more you win, the more I win. All right. That's how this works. So I will sign a contract for a new career by the end of this year. Why is she saying that? Because it's 10th house. It has to do with the career. The next one, boom. I will make over 6 figures within 2 years so that I can financially support my mother. Why is that? Why is Yasmin wanting to do that? Because it's the second topic in the 10th house. Third, I will solidify my routine and prioritize my mental health because why? Structure is in the 10th house. Okay. Number 4, I will establish professional relationships that are important with important people in my city. Why? Because status is something that has to do with the 10th house. Number 5, I will learn to control my emotions better and present myself as a calm, peaceful, happy individual. Why? Because the 10th house has to do with public image. Next, number 8, I will take strides to heal my family trauma and better my relationships with my father. Why is that important? Because masculinity shows up in the 10th house for Jasmine. Okay. Number 7, I will learn more about my family history and lineage. Why? Because experts is in the 10th house. Last but not least, 8, I will start creating and putting my content on TikTok. Why? Because fame is something that's in the 10th house. This is super crystal clear. Everyone type 999 for me. If you're confused, give me a question mark. Liz is confused. What's up, Liz? Jasmine says 999, but for my 12th house. Yasmin, it's on the screen, babe. The 12th house is on the screen for you. The 12th house has to do with, are you ready? 3, 2, 1, endings, healing, closure, spirituality, solitude, karma, old age, afterlife, what's hidden, limiting beliefs, and subconscious. It's on the screen. You're confused about the masculinity men fathers. How do I manifest other things that go into that category? Well, let's look at the example. And if someone in the chat wants to give an example as well, go ahead. So what did Jasmine use as an example? I will take strides to heal my family trauma and better my relationship with my father. Whatever you want to create and manifest with masculinity, whether that's within yourself or external to you, just choose. Whatever is going on, no one can pick that but you. Okay. Stella says, I'm not sure about the process. Where do I write it? In a journal, I would say, is the best place. If you have some kind of special journal, that's the right spot. If you have a notebook, that's totally fine. If you have a whiteboard, that's fine. Man, write it down, somewhere. Okay. And what do I do with the list once it's written? Burn it, hide it? No, none of that. Just keep it. You don't have to do that. You can, you don't have to. I just keep it in my journal and then I keep going. That's it. Super simple. All right. And the state says, how do I manifest a relationship with my boyfriend? Well, first of all, if he's not your boyfriend, it's not a relationship outside of a friendship. And on top of that, he should be manifesting a relationship with you. And that's my final answer. Jasmine says, first time attending your class, my bad if my question sometimes sounds stupid. That's not a stupid question. I think it's a great question. All right. So does anyone have any other questions? We're a little bit behind on the time and I want to keep it going. Cool. So next, manifest for healing using your Chiron. Chiron is the asteroid that helps people heal themselves and other people. Okay. Virgo rules Chiron, which can be used for healing. Everyone say Virgo and Chiron. Virgo and Chiron. Yes. Finding Chiron will tell you how to heal yourself and others. In this chart, Chiron is in the 9th house. Chiron's in the 9th house, folks. It's right here, okay? This is really important because healing is very important. So how do we use Chiron? Okay, and I'm gonna go through all the Chiron placements really quick. For this last new moon in Aquarius, it was in my 10th house. I manifested to release negative connotation trauma with any men or toxic masculine in my life in order to heal myself and also have a better relationship with my father. Alyssa, thank you. That's a great way to use the 10th house to heal toxic masculinity in your life. Okay, so using Chiron and what it will heal. If you have, for example, we have Chiron in Leo here, right? Which means that healing through creativity. If you have Aries, Chiron, you heal through leadership. If you have Taurus, Chiron, you heal through manifestations. If you have Gemini, Chiron, you heal through communication. If you have Cancer, Chiron, you heal through your intuition and expressing yourself. If you have Virgo, Chiron, you heal through being practical and manifesting. It's the same list that we used earlier, remember? Who remembers? Libra, you heal through communication and listening and leading. Scorpio, you heal through expressing your intuition consistently and following through. Sagittarius, you heal through Sagittarius things like inspiring and encouraging people and being adaptable and changing, okay? Capricorn, you heal through being practical, manifesting and leading and starting new projects. All right. Aquarius, you heal through communicating, listening, being consistent, following through. Pisces, you heal through your intuition, your expression, and this allows you to adapt and change. All you got to do is plug in. If you want to know exactly what and how you heal, guess what, folks? We just go back to this chart. You know, we go right back to this chart and you add it up. You know, I have a Chiron in Leo too. So what do? Boom, go to Leo and I'm like, oh, I need to inspire and encourage, which is exactly what I'm doing here today in this class. And then what else? Follow through, be consistent. I told you what time the class would be. I showed up, you showed up. Now we're doing the class. See how practical this is, folks? So it's important to record your manifestations and write them down by hand, okay? It's important to write them down by hand. Step 1 is to write down your 10 desires. Step 2 is to write down each of those desires 10 times. Last but not least, you want to write those desires once for 10 days. So 10 times 10 times 10 is 1,000. Your wrist will hurt by the end of this process. Your wrist will hurt. 10 manifestations, 10 times, 10 separate pieces of paper. Okay? This is super important. This is super important because it's going to help you. It's going to help you. All right. Does everyone have this instruction down? All right, Emily, you can take a screenshot. Let me know when you're done. Just say done when you're done. Perfect. So now let's look at some Virgos. I want to really bring this full circle, because a lot of people are like, oh, I'm a Virgo. I can't do this. I can't do this. I don't like being in the spotlight because I'm a Virgo. Or I think too much. I can't do this and that. I can't blah, 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 blah. Look at all these Virgos. Leslie Jones. How many of y'all know Leslie Jones? Zendaya. We got Keke Palmer. We got Kobe Bryant, Michael Jackson, Tyler Perry, Tahari P. Henson, Ludacris, Nas. Did you know that these were all Virgos, folks? Did you know all of these people were Virgos? So don't tell me I don't want to hear that overthinking no more. I don't want to hear that. It's Taraji P. Henson. Taraji. Legends. These are all Virgos. Why are these people so recognized? It's because they are Virgos. What do Virgos do? Folks, what do Virgos do? Manifest with practicality. Leslie Jones is a comedian, started career in comedy and clubs while working at restaurants and UPS. Keke Palmer started her career singing at church and then landed a role in Lion King at 9. Nas dropped out of school before high school and began making music with his neighbor. Kobe Bryant started his career in varsity basketball in high school and skipped college. Jada Pinkett Smith, prior to fame, she was a drug dealer. She attended performing arts school and dropped out to pursue acting. Ludacris started his career as an intern and DJ in Atlanta's JOT 9.7 and sold music out his car. Michael Jackson started his career with his family before solo career to escape his abusive father. Tyler Perry, inspired by Oprah, wrote down his daily thoughts and a series of soul-searching letters, eventually became a musical. Taraji P. Henson, prior to acting, studied electrical engineering, failed pre-calc, and then decided to study theater, and then got a scholarship. Yo, that's crazy. Look at all these other Virgos: Blair Underwood, Zendaya, Jennifer Hudson, Beyonce, Idris Elba, Jason Derulo, Ava DuVernay, Billy Porter, Misty Copeland. These are all Virgos, okay? What you want is possible, folks. You just need a little bit of help, okay? These are all Virgos. Now, the biggest thing is following through, being consistent, staying disciplined, trusting the process. The importance of following through is it will help you build structure in your life. Consistency, discipline, and trust. These are the things I rely on in my life. Identify your goals. You got to have a very clear goal. Okay. How many of you heard me talk about how to manifest $10,000 a month? How many of you have heard me talk about manifesting $10,000 a month, manifesting money, manifesting love, manifesting anything? The only way it's going to happen is if you have that as a goal. If I didn't have those things as a goal, they never would have manifested. Do you get it? Type 111 if this makes sense. If you don't have a goal, manifestation is not going to be easy for you. If you don't have a specific number, just pick a random one. $10,000 was a random number. It was just a lot of money that would help me in my head do what I wanted to do, travel where I want to go, do whatever I want to do at any given time. That's why I picked that number. How much do you want to make a month? Put that in the chat. It's okay if it's a lot of money. If it's a lot of money, that's fine. But if you don't have a goal, if you don't make one, that's actually worse. It's worse if you don't pick. Because guess what? If you don't pick, someone's going to pick for you. Someone's going to pick for you. It's going to be someone who doesn't want to give you that much either, unfortunately. Focus on what you can control. You only can control the steps that you take to help yourself. You can only control the steps that you take. So being consistent, manifesting, practicing all these things is so important. You have to ignore people who don't support you. Surround yourself with people who are supportive of your ideas and your goals. This is why I have the Discord channel, to set this environment, this tone up. Forgive yourself of your failures. You're a human. You're bound to make mistakes. That's okay. I've made hella mistakes. I still make mistakes all the time. Most of my videos don't do that well, but the ones you see are the ones you need to see. And the Discord is great if you're not there already either. Lorelei is helping with the Discord. Alyssa's in the Discord helping as well. It's a great space. Get a mentor. I am a mentor. Mentors generally have more experience and can give you advice and feedback based on the things they've gone through to help you. How many of you know that I can help you? Type 777 in the chat. I'm here to help you. I love helping. I don't really talk about it like this, but I use my people-pleasing skills to run my business. I use my people-pleasing skills to run my business. If you are someone who's a people pleaser, you should start a business, because once you get a price tag on it and you have an idea of how you're going to help people, and then you go and tell them every single day exactly how you're going to help them, and then you do it, guess what? You can start making $10,000 a month. If you price it correctly, if you make sure that you're marketing it and telling people about it daily and doing the things you need to do. Learning how to balance is so important, okay? So what I've got for you today is how I can help you. My readings are usually, and these prices are actually really wrong. I'm so sorry. I changed everything earlier this week. My readings, I can give you one-on-one direction so we can find out our blocks and how we can help you attract. I also do offer group coaching. There's several people in the group coaching in this room right now. If you're in the group coaching program, by the way, you're invited to everything. Anything I do, you're invited to. All right. This is really cool. Stella says, Sunny, you sparked a fire within me. See you next time. I have a meeting to go to. Bet. I also offer one-on-ones. All right. This is really important because I get to help you and really specifically help you with your fear, your inconsistencies, and your blockages. This allows me to look at your chart, help you read your chart, and also really pinpoint what's going on. Now, for those of you who need to go, I just want to let you know I have a very, very important gift for you at the end of the presentation. If you need to go though, I'm not going to stop you. But for those of you who stay until the very end, there is a special gift for you. Okay? How many people are staying? Go ahead and type in the chat, I'm staying. Because some of you got to go, and I get it. That's totally fine. I'm not holding you. All right? Alyssa said I went from 1.4K to 3K in just the last day followers. That's crazy. That's crazy. Stephanie said I put my kid on the bus and my laptop's outside. Let's go. How many of you would want a reading from me or group coaching? I know some of you are already in it. How many of you would want to get the one-on-one coaching? Because there's 3 different ways to get help from me. And I'm really good at all 3 ways. I don't help people in any other way than these 3 ways. Which one would you want? A reading, group coaching, or one-on-one? Because I'm about to show you something really cool. I booked a full astrology consultation with you. Turn up. Let's go. So these are some people that I've helped just in the last 6 months, 8 months here. Masha, when I met her, she had about 174,000 followers. She went up over 50,000 followers. Okay. 50,000 followers working with me. We worked together for 30 days. That's it. 30 days in and out, boom. She paid me $1,000. I said, hey, this is what we're doing. She did it. It worked. Daddy Saturn, when she came to me, she had like 2,000 followers. Boom. After 30 days, she hit 20K. Okay. Voodoo Priestman, old homie. He's on Instagram, makes tons of videos about spirituality. Came over to TikTok, hit me up, asked some questions. Boom. He's at 114,000 followers. Literally. Lorelai says, I can't even lie to y'all. My bank account's been busting since learning to manifest with Sunny. My manifestations are on superpowers. That's incredible. Melissa, I got you on a reading. Black Sky said, I would prefer to start with the reading. Perfect. Rita came in, boom. She was a special case. She posted one video, which is this top right video. One video got her to 14,000 followers. And guess what I used to help all of these people, including Naya. Naya, who now she's just over 11,000 followers. What did I use to help all of these people? I used their charts. Correct. This is not some typical astrology. This is not some typical social media. I'm combining the two. I'm combining the two. This should cost $10,000 because I know for a fact it works, because I do it, and it's worked for these people. Let's look at some more examples. Maxine, she posted a few videos. We got on the phone. Boom. She goes from just a few hundred followers to 54,000. Megan, very consistent, has a hella Aquarius placements, post every day consistently. goes from just a few hundred followers to 47,000 followers. Boom. Madison told me her views were low. We got on the phone. Literally, she sends me screenshots, 14K, 36K, 15K, 20K, 10K. Guess what? When your views go up and you're selling something that can help people, you're making more money. You have clients. You have people that want you because you're helping so many people. You're now a reliable source that people can trust, which is amazing. This is Rita again. When I met Rita, excuse me, I thought she had 100. She had 1,000 followers, literally. And she went here. This is us on the phone. I screenshotted. Look at her smile, folks. Y'all see her smiling? She's happy with her results. Rita is currently traveling the world. I don't even know what country that girl is in right now. When I met her, she was driving a school bus. Okay. She got on the phone with me. We started our coaching. She sent me her deposit. I told her to make this video. This video went viral. The first day we talked, we got off the phone. She made this video and it went viral. In 2 days, she was able to hit 14,000 followers. Look at her smile, folks. Like that's a real, genuine smile. So how can I help you? I've helped other people. How can I help you? How can I help you? My readings they're actually less expensive than what I'm showing you right now. Okay. My readings are less than $55. They're actually $39 right now. You need a reading to find your purpose? I think that's a good move. I also do group coaching. The group coaching is probably the best option. Okay. I'm going to help you overcome your inconsistencies, your fears, and your blocks, because when we use astrology to pinpoint how your chart works and how to use it, this is going to help you take the next step. Really, we already started the group coaching. We did the kickoff session. We've done the 1-month calendar. We're doing the coaching sessions. I'm doing one-on-ones with the people in the next few weeks here. And then I'm also emailing you every day. How many of you want to run a business on social media? How many of you want to run a business on social media? Join the group coaching or the one-on-one. The group coaching, I would say, is going to be the best option. It's not that I don't want, hundreds and hundreds from you and one-on-one time. It's just that I do better personally and professionally when I'm teaching a group. So I'm just telling you that because I know my strengths. I know exactly where I thrive. I highly recommend you get into the group coaching because we are going to be expanding your mind. There's other people in the class that are going to be there to help you get a lot of value too. All right. The one-on-one coaching is amazing. Every single client on this other list here, these are all my one-on-ones. Masha was a one-on-one. Daddy Saturn is a one-on-one. Voodoo Priestman is a one-on-one. Rita is a one-on-one client. Naya is a one-on-one client. Maxine's one-on-one. Megan, she took classes. She took the group classes and the regular classes. Madison, one-on-one. I do really, 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 really well one-on-one, but I would love to see you in the group class because having a community is really, I feel like, a really great option. Okay. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to give you 15% off the one-on-one, or excuse me, the group coaching. So it's $397.77. I'm going to give you 15% off the bestie discount today. for those of you who want to get signed up with me, shoot me a private DM on here, and I'm going to send you an invoice right now. If you're ready to get signed up, the 15% off lasts until the end of the day. I'm going to give you a few days, 1 or 2 days to pay for it. But as you can see, Alyssa is already in it, and she's already getting more views. She's already getting more fame and attracting more potential clients to her business. Okay. This is important because when you have a business, there's a lot of things that go into running a business that, I don't talk about. But if you're in this group coaching, I can share with you those finer details so that you can actively start changing your life. If you're working a job you don't like and you've been wanting to do your own thing for a while, this is the right place. If you don't know what to post, if you don't know what time to post, if you don't know what to post about, this is the right thing for you. If you have fear, anxiety, you're inconsistent, you have hella blocks, this is exactly what it's created for. This is created for people who don't know what to do with their next step. They know they need to make a next step, but they don't know what that is. This is created for you. I wish I had this years ago. I wish I knew how to run a business better last year because it would have changed my life. Alyssa says, I'm still gaining followers as we speak. I'm about to hit 3K. Drop your @ for us so we can see it too. All right. Now let's take some questions. This has been a great presentation. I'm really grateful for all of you sitting through this. Again, I would love to know, did you learn something today? Did you find something helpful? Because I do my absolute best to make sure that you understand how to read your chart, okay? I do my absolute best to make sure that you understand what I'm saying. And I do this in my one-on-ones, in my coachings, in my group classes. This is massive, massive information. Okay. Aorta, I'm super excited to work with you. Shoot me a private message to get 15% off. Shoot me a private message if you want me or Lorelei to get you my readings. If you want to do a one-on-one, I've got a special deal for you as well. All right. Who has questions for me? If you want 15% off on the group class, first name, last name, email, I'll send you the invoice. You can sleep on it. Honestly, just get signed up because it's a smart move on both ends. All right. There's already people in here getting results. I'm a results-driven person. I'm not here to give you anything besides that. And again, the more you win, the more I win. When is the next class like this? The full moon in in 16 days. One second. Let me grab a pen. I'm back. By the way, those of you who join the group coaching, you're in it for life. So I'm going to be expanding on the group coaching over the next few months. I've been wanting to build out a school. I started the school last year, but I didn't really know how to build a course or anything. So I've been taking the last 6 months to learn how to do that. And now we're doing that. Getting in now is going to lock in your spot when I drop the actual school in the next 6 weeks. That's going to cost $1,000. So you're getting it for less than half right now. I just wanted to make you super aware, because I will be, I will be making this known to the world. I haven't promoted it because I only want the right people in it. So I just wanted to let you know you can get locked in and everything. So Liz wants a 1. You want a reading. Aorta is already in. Melissa says, I learned a lot. Thank you so much, Sunny. If anyone has a question, just raise your hand. It's a feature in the actual app. You can raise your hand. Lisa says, I didn't get a chance to be on the call due to the time zone, but where can I watch the replay? I'm going to be putting the replay on YouTube. I've heard in the past that people don't like that. So if anyone has a good idea, I could just send it to you in an email. But sometimes I'll send the email out and people have typed their emails wrong or incorrectly. So then they don't get the email. So YouTube was kind of like the way I thought I'd be in the middle ground, but I guess I've heard publicly that people don't like that. I'm doing my best, So are your readings natal or progressed? Sweetheart, I can do it all. Whatever you ask me to do is what I'll do. I typically do glance at progressed charts. Happy birthday, Eiko. Myra. Do we DM on TikTok or on Discord? You can DM on TikTok or Discord. How much is a regular consultation? Right now it's discounted down to $39.99 or $37. Here, check out the website. I gave like a crazy discount on the website. And the Discord is on the website as well, if you want to jump in the Discord. When will we be able to start applying, paying for the class? Which class? What's my email? My email is sunthepisces@gmail.com. The full moon class, I'll set it up for you in a second. I'll get that set up. You already want to come to the full moon class? That's fire. Karina Yao. I didn't mean to say your whole name like that. Oops. Yo. All right. I'm going to start sending emails while we're here. If you'd like to book a reading, you can do so directly from the website. There's 3 reading price options. They're all already the prices are adjusted for you already, so you're good. And if you want me to send you a link, if you want to pick, there's here, let me see. And the reason why the price is so high and it's going to go up is because I'm using astrology and social media. A social media coach usually costs about $1,000 just alone. And an astrologer usually costs about $1,000. So I really should be charging like $2,000. Not to mention, I'm sending you daily trends. I'm sending you information. You're getting all of my old content as well. Not old necessarily, but like past stuff that I've created. And it's really going to help you thrive. It's going to help you win. Which again, the more you win, the more I win. All right, so I just sent the first email out. You can go ahead and check that out. So I'm gonna unmute. Y'all can talk now. I'm gonna unmute you. You can talk. I need you to raise your hands if you want me to answer you though. Cool. Who's got questions for me? Karina, check your email. Stephanie says, I want a reading, but I want to do the group, but I need to make sure the funds are there. I feel you. You enjoyed the presentation. I'm grateful. Charge what you're worth, Habibi. I will. The price is going up after this. You're right. It really should be a minimum $2,000. I don't think about it like that though. I'm like, what makes sense for the people? And also, what can I allocate to the right spaces with my resources? And I think this is really, that's more important. Emily has her hand raised. Where are you at, Emily?
Hi.
Hello.
I just wanted to ask, I remember in the beginning that you had talked about the midheaven, Chiron, and North Node.
For
We
sure.
touched basis on the Chiron, but I was wondering if you had any suggestions on like what to look up for midheaven or North Node.
I have tons of videos on YouTube about those placements. Those are the three. I think that should be the big three. My TikTok is currently suspended. And if you'd like to help me get that back, please shoot me a message on Instagram so I can send you what we're doing to request it back. But Midheaven Chiron North Node, I have a book list on my website too. If you go to sunnymfmoney.com and go to the bottom, I have a list of books on Amazon that do cover those subjects. I personally, those are my favorite 3 things in the chart. Those are the things I look at first. The midheaven has to do with your career, your public appearance, just like the 10th house, but like really fine-tuned. Chiron, of course, has to do with healing, and your north node has to do with your purpose. So check out the book list, check out the YouTube. If you want me to read your chart one-on-one, I would love to. If you want to join the group coaching, that's going to be on week 3 and 4. We're going to be covering that very intensely. Because once I learned my midheaven, North Node Chiron, I was like, oh, I've been doing everything wrong. I was like, everything I've been doing was wrong. And it literally brought me into alignment. And I want to share that with you because a lot of people do hire me. A lot of the celebrities who've hired me to speak on those things for them because they wanted to fine tune their career. So tap in with me.
That's awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I have all my chart and I've been on this journey for a while. I think what tripped me up was every time I look at my midheaven, it's in Taurus, and I'm like, how do I? Taurus is like very serene, I feel, and how do I
Yeah.
bring that into my career?
Thanks. Yeah. Taurus, real estate is a big topic. Luxury, jewelry, fragrances, food are all industries you want to be involved in. I try to make it very simple and practical. Obviously, I just gave you the answer, but also I can teach you how to apply that to your life because it's not something you can just like wake up and start doing, It's something that like you have to ease into. You got to have a community of people that actually support you doing it so that as you're making that transition, it's easier. I'm a Capricorn midheaven, and at first I didn't really have the support to do that. And then I started the Discord last year. I had like 10, 20 people in there. And I'd be like, oh, guys, what do you think if I do this and do this? And they would be like, do it. And I was like, oh, okay. Like, but when I call my mom and I'm like, Mom, I'm like working on TikTok. And she's like, you need to go see if they have a manager position at McDonald's. You see the massive difference? It's like having a community is so important because there's certain people that just can't believe in you because they just don't get it. They just can't get it. So having a support system is so critical to what we're doing also. And that's why I made sure, the group coaching is so powerful because that anxiety, that fear, those things that come up, we have people that can help you with that. It's not therapy, but it's like, it's collective healing. When there's multiple people there, you're in the right spot. Karina asks, is any chart readings in the group coaching? Alyssa, do you feel like I answer? I think I read pretty much anyone who asked questions in there yesterday. If you're in the group coaching and you ask me a question about your chart, I'm going to answer you. I'm going to give you an exact specific answer that I would also give in a reading one-on-one. But because I'm in a group setting, it's easier to teach. It's easier to like show people step by step how I'm coming up with the answers. It's very, very like enjoyable, and it makes a lot of sense to a lot of people. And I try to break it down in a way that's like highly digestible so that you know how to read your own chart. And then by the end of the 5 weeks, you're reading other people's charts too. How long are the group sessions? We do an hour and a half guaranteed. Because I've been doing lecture style these first 2 weeks, they sometimes go about 2 hours. The first class is 199 minutes. The last class was 144, which was crazy. When I looked at the recording, I was like, okay, that's divine timing. That's lit. Already learning so much with the cheat sheet. I have several cheat sheets for you, Karina. There's one for every single lesson. I have cheat sheets for TikTok. I have cheat sheets for astrology. Next week, we're going to be getting into aspects and like synastry a little bit. and how to like look at your chart with someone else's chart, which is like, oh, I see why we argue about this, or I see why we are super into each other because of this, and stuff like that. So that's advanced astrology. That's week 3 coming up next Wednesday. You're hella invited. I did send so far Myra and Karina. Did I miss anyone that wanted to hop into the group coaching for the 15% off as well? And thanks for the question, Emily. That was fire. I appreciate you coming through. That's a cool profile picture as well. Alex says possibly. If you need like a payment plan, send me a private message and let me know like what you can put down, and I'm always down to negotiate. I'm like a real business person. I'm really focused on having people who really want to be in the class, because the more people that get results, the better. You know, like I said before at the beginning, I've been traveling to really like test out the astrocartography, because I want to do an astrocartography class. And I want to tell you like, yo, when I went to this line and did this, this is what happened. When I went to my Chiron line, this is what happened, da, da, da. I would prefer if I had a group of people. I don't necessarily love doing it alone. It would be ideal to have people coming with me and doing things like retreats and stuff. So me helping you get on social media, me helping you learn astrology is for that purpose. Once you get your bag up, boom, you know, now we're both getting our bag up. And some people, honestly, I had a few people, they hit up their parents, they hit up their friends. They like, some people even like moved some savings around to sign up for the class. Whatever really works for you. I'm not telling you what to do, but this opportunity is going to get more expensive as it goes on. So if you can figure out a way to make it work, I do suggest trying that out. I do plan on selling the course for probably 3 or 4 times more than what I'm offering it to you right now. So I see Liz says payment plan. So Liz, Emily, Danielle, Stephanie, send me a private message on what you can put down right now. And we're sitting here right now. I would love to like send you back a number and say yay or nay, and we can see what we can do. Myra said I didn't get the email. Let me copy and paste it. Okay, I updated that. Myra, check your email in just a second. Yeah, I have no issue splitting the price up into like 1 or 2 payments, whatever works for y'all. Emily. Anyone else have questions? I think you can unmute yourself, folks. Oh, I guess you can't. No one's talking.
I'm here, I'm alive.
Oh, okay. You can. Lit. Do you have any questions, Alyssa? How you been?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm chilling.
We're thriving over here.
With oh, so
Hey.
what did you post?
What did I post?
Yeah, what did you post that's going viral? I want to look so bad, but I'm here.
So it's funny because I had used this sound before and it didn't, I mean, it did okay, but I redid it and I literally made a post saying, like, if you don't feel like you have the power to pull your energy back from that motherfucker, like, then let me teach you how to do that effortlessly. And I didn't know it was gonna go crazy like that, but I have nothing but like women in my comments like, teach me, help me, like I'm leaving my abusive ex-boyfriend, like da 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 da, like teach me your ways, like please, I want your help.
People love a teacher, and those Sag placements of yours are shining through for sure. That's fire.
They are. I'm loving it right now.
That's so fire. Alex, I just emailed you. What I'd recommend, Alyssa, is we're gonna start a video series. Because
Mhm.
we can create momentum off that. The moment you have a viral video, it's important to start a series or a part one, part two, part three kind of thing, so that you can,
Right.
start to really elevate that. Shoot me a message and we'll like I'll literally build it out for you. Um,
Yay.
Liz
Thank
says
you.
message on what? Liz, how about you email me? Um, Shoot me an email. Lorelai just typed it in as well. Can you talk about Chiron and Cancer and what that means if you have time? I think I did already. Um, and if I didn't, Chiron is what? Who knows? Can we email you for a one-on-one consultation? You can just go straight to the website. Actually, it's already up on the website. It's on sunnymfmoney.com. It's a couple clicks. Go to the website. Here, let me type it in proper. Oh no, so close. So Chiron means healing. What does Cancer mean? It's in your notes. And that's what Chiron Cancer means. The way you heal is by doing Cancerian things. Expressing, being intuitive, leading, starting. That's it. The more you do that, the more you heal. Okay. I have a Chiron Leo, like I told you earlier. What do? Inspire, encourage consistently, and follow through. That's it. It's that simple. That simple. Is anyone confused on how to use their Chiron? That's the basics. I want you to master that, and then we can go deeper later. But right now, you got to start with the ABCs. Is that cool? Cool. Liz, thank you for the email. I got you. I'm learning the building blocks. Of course. I'm really grateful. You're in a really good spot. I like to really approach astrology from this point of view that is as simple as possible, so that when we start talking about, like I said, I'm so ready to start teaching y'all about asteroids, because the asteroids just make everything more crazy. I have a list of 1,000 asteroids that have to do with money and business and success and like fame and love, romance, children. I can't teach you that stuff if you don't know the basics, though. It's impossible. So I'm hoping to make a literally like a clan, like a clique, a gang of astrologers, and then we're gonna go in. We're gonna completely just like kill it. And that's going to be included in the course. So if you get in now, you will have access to that automatically. You won't have to pay more later. You're paying to enter into this group that's going to continuously build over time. And I'm going to be having other astrologers join us as well, so that we don't miss a beat.
My asteroid's actually in Vesta.
Vesta is a great asteroid. That one has to do with your spirituality and how
Soul
you.
purpose.
Yep. And like when you pray, for example, or when you like manifest, your Vesta gets activated. When I say activated, I mean you're using it.
I love that.
Yeah, it's sick. I've been rocking with my Vesta also. It's such a good place. It's such a good asteroid. I think I made a video about it last year that really did well.
That's fire.
It's so fire. Did anyone have any ideas about what to do with the class? Because I've been posting them on YouTube and people feel like that's not cool. But sometimes like people miss it and I don't know how else to give back to the community. So if anyone has any ideas, I'm super down to brainstorm.
Maybe you can make a section in the Discord for it.
Cool. Is Lorelai still here?
I don't know.
Yes, she is. I think that might be a good move.
Yeah, it just seems easier, just like how you have like a section for all the classes.
Yeah. Facts. I like it.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. I'll add that in the notes.
We love notes. I love notes.
I got one of these like cool pens. It was like $12, where it's like you feel like you're like writing some shit.
Oh, fancy.
They were $12. I was like, I need one. I've always wanted one. I've never had one. I'm gonna splurge on a pen.
I love that. my Capricorn and Taurus is like, yes.
There's hella ink in it too, so it's gonna last a long time. That's really why I bought it. I was like, okay, it's gonna last a while.
I love that. That's so satisfying. Oh my god.
It is. It feels good. I just made pens with crystals in them. Let me see that.
That's so cute. I want to see. Send them
Yeah.
to me. I'll give you all my money.
Yeah, I'll literally, if I like it, I'll tell people to go buy it.
This is my pen. This one has fluorite in it.
That's dope.
And I have them set for the days of the week as well. So I have different days of the week pens with different crystals that work with different planets. And yeah,
That's
I got
so
an idea and I was just like, I got to run with this.
that's so smart.
But I don't know if you can see it. There it is a little bit.
That's so cool.
But this is my fluorite one to help me focus.
So cool. How'd you enjoy the class?
I loved it. This was my first time, and I'm actually on the verge of paying for the group right now. So I'm really excited. I love astrology, and I've been on an astrology journey, but the course that I signed up for somewhere else was very dry. It's very confusing. And you made this so much more relatable and understandable and in plain English, no fancy talk.
Yeah, I don't like traditional astrology because it's like bleached. It's
Yeah.
like the technicalities are important, but also they're not they're it's just not that serious. And when you do a lot of like human things, like it's more for, you can use it for prediction or for humanity. And I think a lot of people, there's a huge net of different types of astrologers, and sidereal astrologers don't like tropical astrologers, and people who like Hellenistic don't like people who do prediction. And it's just weird. It's like,
I just say use all the tools at your
yeah,
disposal. Don't cancel one out just because. I mean, you're just canceling an opportunity, a blessing, a manifestation when you do that. So,
literally.
thank you. I really enjoyed this. And I can't wait to join the group.
I'm excited. You're gonna love the first two classes. Put my heart and soul in, then the next class I'm gonna pour into as well. There's people who want your pens, by the way.
I want your pen.
I just did this this was just a demo for me. Like I was just experimenting with this because I'm like, I'm all about manifestation. I'm always about putting that energy out there. I always want to put intention behind what I do. And I was just like, there's got to be a way that I can put crystals inside a pen. And I experimented, I looked, and I found pens on Amazon, and I looked up where I wanted my crystal chips, and that's how I did it. So, but yeah, these are real easy to make, guys. But yeah, I don't have a mass thing of these. I just literally started this.
Okay, lit. We can definitely, there's going to be a section in the class where I teach you how to do something called product research. We can test it and see if more people would want it. If more people want it, it might be the move to, make 10, and then boom, now you have an exclusive order. Let me finish. Almost done. I would say just an idea. I love, like I said, I've worked for a lot of tech companies, and I'm a brand strategist by design. And just like, if people want something, just give it to them.
Well, see, this is why I was debating between the reading and the group, because I'm literally at a crossroads right now. I do have a direct sales business, but I love doing what I do with this stuff. Yeah. And I'm torn, and I've been asking myself some really hard questions to either stay with my direct sales business, or should I just follow where my heart is taking me and do something that lights me on fire, like playing with crystals and helping people understand like the spiritual side of things.
Absolutely.
So that's why I'm going for the group, and I'm gonna learn.
Yeah. Do it, it's fire.
I think it's gonna be a smart move on both ends. And I don't think you should quit the first thing. I think you should maintain it. And then if you can replace it, do that. I like when you're switching incomes, I recommend like doing like a kind of like a seamless like switch. Yeah,
I get it. Yes. You want to keep that avenue coming in while you're building up the one. I got it. I'm a Taurus. I know how this rolls.
I think that would be the move that I would suggest for sure.
Thank you. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, totally. Awesome.
I'm in the verge of putting that card info in right now. So if I keep looking down, that's what I'm doing.
Got you. I do have to head out, y'all. I have something to do at 5 here in the Gulf, I'll call it. Does anyone have any last topics, things that you want to say?
To help you on TikTok, we have to message you on Instagram.
Oh yeah, please.
Okay,
Yeah,
because I'm really sad and disappointed to hear that that happened to you. I didn't know that happened. I follow you on TikTok.
So I'll kind of share what happened because it's important. This class was originally, I started doing group classes last year. I looked at my chart and I have a Sag North node, so I'm supposed to teach. I figured that out. I've been doing these classes with groups for pretty much over a year now. I hired a business coach last year and she helped me learn how to, market better. And we worked together for like 6 months and then we stopped working together. I hired her earlier this year to help me with something. And then I realized she doesn't use TikTok, so she can't really help me more than what she helped me with last time. So I was just like, you know what, I'm good. We don't need to like do this anymore. I'm not going to pay you anymore. I'm just going to stop with that one payment because we don't need to go further. And she suggested after I asked for a refund twice that we work on a group class. And I was like, oh, okay, sure. And I made the mistake right there. We started a group class and it was called Business into Astrology. And it was basically her services and my services combined. Now I've been running these classes by myself just fine. And she facilitated the one that we did recently. And then she left halfway through and took over half the money. And I was in Egypt and she was supposed to be managing the class at that time. And I didn't communicate properly what was going on. I was like hella embarrassed, hella shy, all kinds of like things. And class completely fell apart. And then I told everyone like, yo, August 19th, let's just start it over. I'll be completely free. I'll have the class restructured like I normally do because I'm used to doing it myself. Let's just do that. And some of the people didn't like that idea. They asked for refunds. I told them, you paid through her website. Let's dispute through her website so that we can get our money back. And they tried to, she disputed back and won. They were like, yo, Sonny, you need to give us our money back. And I was like,
oh, wow.
She hasn't even paid me.
Yeah, you can't do that. So, but yeah, it's just, I hate seeing you not being able to go on TikTok because that's where I found you. And that's where I learned some of the stuff that I literally take notes on everything that I pick up on and I try to apply it.
Yeah, I appreciate you. Yeah.
You're really good at what you do.
Thank you. That feels really good because I'm being called a scammer and fraudulent. I've sent out refunds all day yesterday.
I've seen that, but I follow my intuition and you have skills and you're teaching people and we need more teachers in this world. And if you're putting yourself out there, good for you. And you should be proud of your journey because you've come from so little and have what you have now. And it's just amazing to hear you talk about it.
I'm really grateful. And thank you so much for your support, Stephanie, like for real. Yeah, we're going to get the account back and, I might be called names for a little while, but I can prove I tried my best. So
that's all you can do is try your best. That's all you can do.
And everyone has their money back, which I'm happy about. That solution was so good. I'm just relieved that they're like, everyone has their money back and yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I just recently started following you on Discord. Discord's new. I'm learning from my 13-year-old. I'm following you on TikTok and I've got you on YouTube. So I'm trying to make sure I have you in all aspects because you're amazing and people need to listen to you more.
I appreciate you. There's some really long videos on YouTube.
Well, that's why that's for the people who stay and listen for the whole thing. The people who are blowing your TikTok comments up of how to do this, how to do that, they're not using the resources.
Right. I'm going to do a better job of promoting it as well. I think that's the next step. So
yeah, your YouTube, I bet, would blow up too.
The YouTube has so much information. I like, yeah. So I look forward to talking to all of you soon. Thank you so much for your support. I'm grateful, and I'll be sending out instructions on how to get the TikTok back. By the way, if you ever lose your TikTok, I know how to do it. We've lost it twice now. So we're going to do it again. We're going to get it back again, because there's so much stuff on there. I think this time though, I'm going to pull some of that stuff off and put it on YouTube. So that's the next step. But I appreciate all of you, and I look forward to talking to you. A lot of you emailed me already. Please email me if you're interested in any of the services that you heard about today. And you'll still get the correct prices that I talked to you about. I'm not going to change anything on you at all. Peace, love, gratitude, happy manifesting. We're doing this on Saturday. So I look forward to seeing all of you getting what you deserve and what you want and what you need. All right. Peace.